the wall. You want to freeze him by hitting him in the head.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but then you want to spear him kind of midway through his body.
All right.
So it kind of cuts him in half, basically.
All right.
Okay?
All right, that's cool.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that'll be all. Thanks a lot.
You got all that then?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Thanks for calling.
どうぞよろしく私はおはよう
These inner-city students in Washington, D.C. are learning about Japan. The program, funded partly by a Japanese foundation, is one of thousands of such grassroots educational efforts paid for by the Japanese government and Japanese corporations. The objective is to help shape how young Americans view Japan.
They have a factory in the USA, and many Americans work for that factory, so they are very happy.
The Japanese are investing, at this point, tens of millions of dollars in elementary, secondary, and higher education to make sure that the next generation of Americans think the way about Japan that the Japanese want them to think about Japan.
どうぞよろしく And bow.
Japanese philanthropy is seen by most as a gesture of goodwill, but some see it as part of a deliberate campaign to blunt criticism of Japan.
We cannot have an honest discussion about U.S.-Japan relations or our own future because too many people that are participating in the debate are either afraid to be candid, or they have a money interest in advocating the Japanese point of view, or at least not offending them.
Pat Choate is one of those critics labeled a Japan basher.
For a nice brother, sister chat, huh?
Clyde Prestowitz is another. He and his family have lived and worked in Japan.
The term Japan basher is an all-purpose smear word which is used as a McCarthyist tactic to cut off debate. And I detest the word, and I detest its usage.
What do they accomplish by using that label? What's the purpose behind it?
It cuts off debate. If you can pin the term Japan basher on someone, then you have painted him as illegitimate. It means that no one should listen to this person. You don't have to respond to his arguments because obviously he's ill-intentioned.
So what we're going to do now is to dress some of you in one of these yukata here.
Today we're seeing the largest unilateral transfer of wealth that the world has ever experienced from the United States to Japan.
What's the significance of that?
It means that we're going to be a much poorer nation. It means that in the late 1990s, the first part of the 21st century, we're going to have fewer choices. It means a declining standard of living for our children, if not for ourselves.
While critics worry the U.S. is losing the trade war with Japan, the White House remains confident of America's strategy.
If you believe that Americans have the kind of ingenuity and know-how that will allow us to compete with anyone around the world, then you're not fearful of competition. And you are convinced that the American worker and American management and American companies can compete with literally anyone in the world, and that we are going to do it.
Keep your eyes down. Sayonara. One more time. Sayonara.
4th of July in the year of Desert Storm. Celebrations of American supremacy make the economic challenge seem far away.
Come on, guys, whoop it up here.
If critics of U.S. trade policy are right, America is in for some very hard times. Free enterprise means something different in Japan. Al Pace learned that the openness and individualism that are the strengths of American free enterprise can become weaknesses.
No Japanese business is an individual. It's a team. When you talk to a Japanese businessman, you might as well be talking to their government, to their finance ministers in banking, to their trade representatives, to their industry representatives. You're dealing with a plan, a blueprint.
The war for global markets is about more than just jobs. It's about the kind of choices and opportunities there will be for America's children. America won the war in the Gulf. The question is, will America win the economic war that will shape its future?
The American public, the American government is capable of an enormous response. Desert Storm is an example of that. We need a Desert Storm from American industry.